Ahoy, shipmates! Yeah, it's the Regal Princess this evening, followed by, press the right button, the Riviera, which I don't believe we've seen on the channel before. I think we've had the Regal Princess, but not the Riviera, so there'll be something slightly different. I do have the background audio one for Itchin Cam. It's a bit windy out there, it's a bit gusty, but I'll keep it on for the minute because the Princess lines do they have a decent line in honking and hooting. Hoping the wind's not going to blow it away, the audio sound, because it'll be blowing down the Itchin, so potentially you can see the flag there on the bow of Regal Princess. It's taking the sound away potentially, so we may or may not hear anything. I can see a shipmate on the balcony. Well, I did see also a great puff of smoke come out of the funnels of Regal Princess just before we went live. That's a good indication that the 5 o'clock departure is imminent. Come on, camera. The camera's having some funny moments, this camera. It has some go slows occasionally. Well, we're here in the port of Southampton. And I can look here from our Itchin Cam here. I'll scoot that across a bit. See if we can view the top of a Regal Princess. Might be able to. I should have a quick check of the weather. Quite a quick check of the weather. See there? So you've got 16 knots of wind. It's getting up there. It's quite decent. Temperature around about 17. It's a little bit chillier than I was expecting. But it has been sunny most of the afternoon. There we go. I'll whiz that across to... there we go. You can sort of see Regal Princess. Yeah, you can see the silhouette of Regal Princess in the distance there. Hopefully near enough to pick up the sound of the horns. I'll go back to cruise cam. No, I can't see anything moving just yet, but you never know. Yes, like I say, we are here in the Port of Southampton at 46 berth. That's where we are. And that's Regal Princess, and then further up the end of port, departing at 6 o'clock, is Riviera. It's quite a smart-looking ship, isn't it? I missed that one completely. Can't seem to align my activity in and out of ports with what's going on in the world. It's rather annoying sometimes, but never mind. Let's have a quick look in the chat. I believe there's a few shipmates. Oh, ahoy shipmates, plenty of shipmates in the chat. We have excellent spanners, of course. Bay Blue is here, and Mark G is here. And what have we got? Loopy Loves Music. Says Regal's certainly been in before. Doing a run around the UK. Don't know about Riviera. Yeah, I think Riviera's been in before. I think I saw one of the ship. Yeah, there we go. Bay Blue's got the information on that. But I don't think I've live streamed Riviera before. That's for certain. I'm pretty sure I've live streamed Regal. It'll cause a bit of upset in ports. People don't like the Princess lines. They do have an excessively noisy honking and hooting, which some people get annoyed at. Quite like it. Of course I do. Of course I like it. A little wandering around there on the well deck, so hopefully they'll be departing shortly. We've got a good view of Regal Princess as she goes down Southampton water. That's 6 o'clock. We have Riviera, like I say, departing from a little bit further up the container ship end of the port. Oh, there, Michael Thomas says, hope you'll be able to see Don and Tony, the famous YouTube vloggers. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know they were on board. We'll keep a lookout for them. I wonder if they'll give us a wave. Oh, there, Andrew Fitzpatrick, giving everyone away this evening. Oh, they pack Andrew on board, apparently only for a short time. Oh, shipmate Michael Thomas did spot. He spotted the smoke coming out earlier of the funnel. I believe it must be when they start the main engines up or something, or they fire them up or something. Yeah, it's typically a good sign that action will happen. Oh, there, did he see? We got chat has jumped. Oh, where they'd been. Oh, there's Stephen Spare says the red funnel camera have come back. Yes, it will come back. I just can't coordinate things at the moment. It's a logistical problem on multi levels. Oh, there, Findlay D. And oh, there, Kelly's Cruises, Crofts and Quilts. I mean, there's a whole lot going on your channel there, isn't there? She says, good morning. It's 9 a.m. for her in British Columbia. Rather partial to British Columbia. Spent some time up in Whistler skiing. Prefer Sun Peaks. Of course, Vancouver's a lovely place. Well, there, Polly W says, will I be live tomorrow for Britannia's departure? Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing a ship's TV as such, but yeah, we'll be following Britannia out. I will be in a different part of the country, so I won't be able to attend. Oh, the Ellie Merley. Oh, and we have our excellent Spanner Carmen's back in the chat as well. Oh, and all there. Keith Swadling asks a very good question. Says, why do some cruise ships head in bow first and others stern first? Is it just down to the captain of the weather? Good question, shipmate. Good question. I'm not entirely sure. It would be my answer to that one. But I do know that some ships only fit in one direction. So, for instance, most ships are at the ocean terminal. Let's have a little zoom out, shall we? Because that'll be appropriate there. There we go. Oh, there we go. Some shipmates on the deck at the top there. It's a lovely sunny day in the water Southampton. A touch windy on the cooler side. So perhaps everyone's not having the best of times. But you couldn't be that unhappy, could you really, if you're on a cruise ship departing port? Yeah, so here we go. So Regal Prince S is sterned into the berth here. And when Iona and Avia come into port, and there we go, some more of that black smoke. Look at that. Oh. That's a smoky old beast, isn't it? When P&O Avia and P&O Iona come into port, they are bow first in, because of the size of the ship, the alignment of the loading doors on the dock don't really fit when it's stern first, so it has to go bow first. So I think there's an element of that. Normally I think they try and always go the same way, so that would be stern first into the ocean terminal here. It's smoky, isn't it? I mean, Regal Prince S is just over 10 years old, so perhaps she doesn't have the latest clean burn technology or scrubbers in her funnel, so there's definitely a lot more smoke coming up. Feeling good for the imminent departure. Just have a quick look down the side. What's going on at the stern? I don't know if we can see the lines at the stern, can we? Can we see the lines? No, I don't think we can. It's the advantage of the larger ships like Iona and Avia. You can see everything. So high above the water. We'll have a little scroll down the side here. There's a few shipmates on at the stern there. There must be a bar at the top there. Hopefully enjoying a rum-based cocktail. Not many people out on their balconies. I would have thought it was a bit early for the buffet, personally. Perhaps they're making an early start. see quite a few people have their, what looks to me, their balcony dividing doors open. Oh, there's a couple there on their balcony. We've had quite a few waivers recently. Towels and things are quite popular to wave. Much better visibility if you wave a towel. I can pick you up. But we had some hats waving and all sorts the other day. Oh, there's quite a lot of people on the top deck, isn't there? Let's have a look at that. I'm guessing this is for the sail away party up on the top here. So there's a absolutely massive screen up there which is not showing Solent Ships YouTube channel, which I think is an absolute travesty. What were they thinking? Come on, camera, focus. Come on. It's having a go slow-mo. If I turn it on and off, it works better for a while, and then it doesn't. Oh yes, quite a few people up there. If the wind's in the right direction in port, I could actually hear all of the discoing going on from here. You can hear the music and the announcer. It just wafts across. It's actually quite interesting. Yeah, quite a few people up on the top there. So, go back to the chat. What's going on in the chat? Where will I get to? Regal Princess. Oh yeah, Bay Blue's coming in with some very good information here. It says the Regal Princess is off on a 12-night British Isles cruise via St. Peter ports, Cork, Dublin, Liverpool, Belfast, Greenock, Kirkwall, Leith, Le Havre and France. It's a very interesting combination of places to go and visit. With there, Polly W asking, will I be live tomorrow for Britannia's departure? Oh, I think I've answered that one. Yes, we will be. The cameras will be live because I'm not doing a ship's TV because I won't be here. Oh, ahoy there, old man, Sir Mick 72 from Bournemouth. He's just down the coast. Ahoy there, Stephen Spears. Ah, and ahoy there, Elizabeth G. I see she's there in the chat. I've answered that question there. Oh, someone's answered it also, depending which way they load. Ahoy there, Ian Speller. And ahoy there, Mick Clayton says, only just found your channel. Thinks it's brilliant. Well, thank you, shipmates. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think we should have a little look down and see what's happening with those lines. There we go. Still all present and correct at the moment. A bit of a shame. Oh, no, 2 shipmates on the well door there, on the hatch. That's a good sign. You can almost see the crew in the dock releasing the lines, but there's some sort of buildings in the way there. Oh, there, Michael Thomas says, will I be flying drones in the future? Have oyster catchers being exported to Russia? That's what we should do. Definitely export the oyster catchers. I had a run-in with an oyster catcher import. Took out my drone. Very upsetting. Yes, I certainly will be, shipmate. Unfortunately, at the moment, I just appear to be really busy with work. And I'm never in the right place at the right time to do the right thing at the moment. It's a bit of a frustration, if I'm honest. But I hope to realign my movements more tactfully in the future. Kelly's Cruises says, yes, the channel is rather eclectic. Sort of evolved that way due to circumstances last 3 years. Well, excellent shipping, I hope. Well, I'll have to go and have a little look at your channel, see what's on there. It does sound very interesting. Eddie Murley's talking about the smoke from the funnels earlier, saying it doesn't look very environmentally friendly. No, it certainly doesn't, does it? Got quite a smoke about it. Well, that's Will says, what a lovely day. It is a lovely day, shipmate. Absolutely lovely day. We've got a reasonable breeze. Looks like we're gusting up to 20 knots now. It's definitely a little uncomfortable out there, wind-wise. 18 centigrade. And I don't know what the humidity is. The sensor seems to have broken. But yeah, the water is fairly calm with the northeasterly wind. It means that the southern water is fairly well protected. And so you have a flatter water, even though there is a reasonable breeze. Going to go out on the speedboat today, give that its first run of the season, but we were thwarted by various different goings on another time. Well, there, Gaza F says, what ship is this? This is the Regal Princess shipmate. We have 2 ships here today for departure. We have the Regal Princess at 5 o'clock, the Riviera at 6 o'clock. The Riviera is a little bit further up port here, you can see, and near the container terminal. And then Regal Princess is down here at 46 berth. Unfortunately, I haven't got the radio. Radio is quite helpful for hearing all sorts of information. It's another thing on the to-do list. Oh, and in case you are wondering, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel. Here we go. And we have some lines slacking off. See, they're all slacking off very quickly there. I'll be hoiking them off the bollards on the dockside, leaving just the one pair of lines attached. This is what's known as singling up. And then when the pilot is happy, he'll release those and off they go. And hopefully we'll hear a massive blast on the horn. But I can't really... which means I can't hear it myself, so it's a little disconcerting. But if you do hear the horns, let me know. I might turn up the volume slightly on itching cam, so if you do hear a bit of wind in the background, it's just me turning up the volume on itching cam. There we go, you can see those lines being taken in. Those 2 shipmates on that hatch door there, they'll be there for the entire journey down Southampton water, keeping an eye on goings on. I'm not quite sure when the hatch doors close. I imagine it's somewhere near Fawley. I'm sure it's enough by then. You see there are many lines attached to the dock to keep the ship there. What was whiplashing going on there? And there'll be something similar happening along at the stern as well. We can't see the stern, unfortunately, being blocked by the terminal. And then there'll be a few lines down at the middle as well. There we go. There's the next line. Once the lines are released and the ship starts to move, she'll probably blast her horn, playing the customary theme to Love Boat. Like I say, it does tend to annoy lots of people here in the port of Southampton. They get very upset when they're trying to relax and have an afternoon cup of tea, and you have the droning of one of the Princess ships across the port. I personally quite enjoy it. I think it breaks up the monotony, but I can understand why some people might find it annoying, because I'd have to say the Princess cruises have the loudest horns out of all the ships I think we have in port. And also they play the longest tune as well, so it's very noticeable. Iona and Avia, for instance, very quiet. Hardly hear a buzz out of them. Well, there, John Lupton says, great pictures. You can almost smell the salty air. I know exactly what you mean. I can definitely smell it as well. Well, there, Michael Thomas says, have the high ferries changed? They look bigger. They have changed, but it was quite a while ago, some years ago. It was Mariah Heap, and now it's Great Expectations, I think, or vice versa, around the other way. pretty much the same ship. And occasionally they have one that's on backup when they're maintaining the one that's currently in service. Well, then John Cocker says they will use their bow and stern thrusters. Yeah, well, I'm not sure actually what Regal Princess has in that department. I'm not sure if she has azipods. I imagine she has azipods, so she won't have a stern thruster as such. I'm sure she has bow thrusters. I think any decent ship of this sort of size would not have bow thrusters. 142,000 gross tons. Coming in at a length of 330 metres. Capacity for 3,560 passengers or 1,346 crew. Top speed 22 knots, 41 kilometres an hour for all you continental types, and 25 miles an hour in the King's units. Built in August 2012 and launched in March 2013. I'd like to say 1,346 crew aboard. There we go, that's the last line, so she is free to move now. With any luck, we'll pick up the horns. You'll have to let me know if you can hear them, shipmates, because unfortunately I can't hear that. Seems like I should be able to, doesn't it, really? But it's not. Don't know how to make that part work with the software. There are a lot more shipmates on their balconies now, aren't there? She'll probably nudge back ever so slightly, then she'll head on forwards. Hi there, Julie Pickles says, any idea the Disney ship is calling Southern? Yes, there is a new Disney ship coming in. Actually, I'm talking about ship horns. I can't remember when it was. I think it might have been July. Yes, I should definitely make sure I'm out and about to record that one. Disney ships, of course, they play a different tune on their ship horns, although they're not very quiet, not as busy as... not as loud, sorry, as the Sky, as the Regal Princess here. Disney Dream, that'll be the first time for Disney Dream, that was 22nd of July. Have a Disney Dream in port. And then she's in and out of port for over the summer, over till September, where I imagine she probably relocates to the Caribbean. That'll be good. New ship in port. Oh, their shipmate Sean Dolan's already beat me there with the information. Oh, Archie says horn action. Excellent, shipmate. Oh, I'm not sure if that's someone waving a towel or they're just packing up their towel after sunbathing on the balcony. Perhaps they're just packing up. Yep, I just replayed the audio to myself, and yes, I could hear the ship horns. Not as clear as normal. In fact, I'll probably take itching cam off sound-wise now, because we don't really need to hear that anymore. Yeah, because it's the wind's direction, I think, is taking the sound away. It does make quite a difference here in port, depending which way the wind's blowing. Certainly a lot of shipmates out on their balconies. And excellent spanner, Mark G. It's just reminded me that the Regal Princess departs on a 12-night British Isles cruise via St. Peter Port, Cork, Dublin, Liverpool, Belfast, Greenock, Kirkwall, Leith, and Le Havre. And Andrew, the pack, is rather amused, I think, that people complain about the ship horns. I guess if you're not into your ships, it's... And some days it can be really annoying, and sometimes they blast it 5-6 times. I think perhaps if there's another Princess ship in port, you have like double blastings. Like I say, I enjoy it. Of course I do. There we go. There is... Oh, it's one of the local little blue funnels doing a little sightseeing. Bit of a silhouette going on here from this view. I don't see any wavers yet today. It's very odd how some cruise ships go out and are absolutely packed full of wavers, and others you see none at all. I wonder if there's different types of people that travel on different ships. Maybe we have less subscribers on certain ships. Nothing on itching cam as yet. Netley cam, I mean. Can't see any wavers here at all. Oh, that's a shame. Well, the forecast for the up-and-coming week is very sunny. So for a British Isles cruise, it's certainly going to be very enjoyable for them. I think you'd probably find me on the stern of the vessel, enjoying a rum-based cocktail, while watching the setting sun in the Port of Southampton. Although it's not really setting, it's got quite a few hours to go. It's going to be quite bright this evening. And you can see the Princess logo right at the front there. Regal Princess, in case you've forgotten the name of the ship, right on the bow there. And the Princess logo all over the bow. Yes, I did mistake it for an octopus some time ago, and I can't seem to shift that image. We're getting a lovely view down the port side as the Regal Princess turns to port. And it does look spectacularly sunny, doesn't it, shipmates? Let's prepare. I'm going to move the cameras to the right locations now. Move that one over there. Move the itching cam so we can see it when she comes to dock head. There we go. It all involves lots of coordination of different things. Not all of it works very well. But this is not too bad at the moment today. We're doing quite well today. Yeah, there we go. So we've got on Netley cam, we can just about see, there we go, see the Regal Princess over the structures at the end of the port. So we'll get a view here as she turns to port. We're going to see straight down the side, and it's an impressive view when you see all of those cabins and balconies. There we go. And you can see really how fast the ship's turning. Impressively fast, I would say. There's some lovely looking suites at the stern there, isn't there? Double height. Oh, hello, is that some waving going on? No, maybe not. Some double height. No, double height. No, double height. What's this? Double wide, perhaps. There we go. You can see the bridge sticking out there at the very front, the wing bridge. And some part of the interior is also sticking out in the middle. Looks like that's giving you a rather decent access point. And there's some waving going on. There we go. Oh, that looks like very animated waving. Definitely saw some animated waving there. Even have a bit of heat haze today. There we go. That's they've got a very large balcony, haven't they, on that corner suite? Once Regal Princess has finished spinning, she'll head on down Southampton water, make her way down to Cowshot Spit. You can see all the seagulls there interested in a bit of bow chowder. When the thrusters are on, it has to churn up all the water and I think cuts up lots of fish. Makes it quite exciting for the seagulls. We've got a red funnel ferry waiting at the dockhead as well. Just waiting for Regal Princess to stop spinning and get out of the way. So all those lovely people who have travelled shipmates from the Isle of Wight be enjoying a very good view, wouldn't they, of Regal Princess now? Yeah, you can see how calm the water is today, can't you? The northerly breeze is very flattering to Southampton water. And there is the Red Funnel ferry coming to port with Regal Princess departing. I don't know what's on that large screen. We can almost see, can't we, what's on the screen? Very large screen at the top. Probably something to do with the sail away party, one would imagine. Still have one more ship to go later, and that's Riviera, a ship that we are very confident have not seen on the channel before. Well, there, Pez asks where Riviera is going, or Paz, I shouldn't know, Pez. Which is off on a 12-night cruise to the British Isles via St. Peter Port, Cork, Dublin, Liverpool, Belfast, Greenock, Kirkwall, Leith, and Le Havre. Just saying, I think the weather is rather good for a British cruise. Not always the case. Can't say we have the best weather in the world here. camera. Yeah, so we have... There we go, that's the view on Itching Cam. As you can see, it's going past the dock head. I quite like when we have a ferry coming and going. Gives you an excellent idea of scale. So the red funnel ferries look pretty decent in size. They hold quite a few passengers and cars, like 300 cars and something like 1,000 passengers. But yes, look at the size difference there. Massively different. And there's the other good view of the logo on the front there. So it is actually a princess with long wavy hair. And I just thought it looked a bit like an octopus. But then I think I have seafood on the brain sometimes. Next up is Riviera at 6 o'clock. I'm pretty sure that's a first for the channel. And there's one of the red jets. Goes to and from the Isle of Wight in 20 minutes, shooting past there. The only trouble with this time of year, shipmates, is you do notice that the heat haze starts to build up with all the sun, the sunny days. A bit more heat haze on the cameras. Don't really get that so much in the winter. Well, Silverback Walmart. He's very interested in a huge seafood platter. Gert Lush. I think he might be from the West Country somewhere. See a number of small pleasure crafts whizzing around. Not unusual. Well, their shipmate Steve Arnold says that perhaps shift workers might find the noise of the horns annoying. I think he has a point. They are very distinctive. If you're trying to get some sleep in before your shift, you would certainly get rudely awoken. It's like a Laxopar or something zipping past there. Probably Matt from Netley Cliff Sailing Club. Hi there, Scott Lewis says, apologise for being late. Well, no problem, shipmate. Glad to have you aboard. Oh, he says he always enjoys the presentations. From Easton in Pennsylvania. Well, good to have you on board, shipmate. It's probably early, relatively. No, hang on, what time is it now? 5 o'clock? No, so it's probably about midday or so for you over in this East Coast. Well, shipmate Eddie Murley suggests that you invest in some earplugs if you don't want to hear the shipboards. I agree, it's not that bad. I think people just like to moan, don't they? Oh, there, Ray Shakespeare says, oh, they say Gert's on the Isle of Wight too. Oh, he's watching from Cowes. Well, this ship will be coming very near you soon, shipmate. I didn't realise they said that on the island. They also tend to refer to people on the island as corkheads. And I've noticed some people on the island refer to the mainland as the Big Island. Well, there, Pack Andrews, is there a farm cam in the works? Well, I've got a few things going. Can't quite seem to get anything to fruition at the moment. I might reintroduce farm cam. To be honest, I might recall it rabbit cam because there was an awful lot of rabbits down on that farm, so that would be something to watch, although they tend to hop around a lot, so I'm not entirely sure how that will work. Now we can go back to cruise cam now. Get a view down Southampton. Well, nobody's out. I would have thought there'd have been a few yachts out this evening. Lovely and sunny, decent breeze. Yeah, it's just a bit of breeze knocking the camera about. As the weather will be gusting up to, still gusting 18, 19 knots. So yeah, that's quite breezy. Riviera departing at 6. Riviera is departing from the other end of the dock. Here, that's Riviera. Not looking quite so good for Netley Cam. It does look rather into the sun, but I see there's a few little yachts out from Netley Cliff Sailing Club now, who most generously host this camera for the channel. Let's be the members' boats there put out. Well, with there, MCAS asks how are the seeds doing. Actually, I haven't heard. I'll ask for a seed update. Ideally, there would have been a forecast for rain after I seeded, but I'm not sure it happened, so we don't know. It's probably turned into rather expensive bird food, I would imagine. But it certainly gave me a lot of exercise. Oh, that's the back end again. Let's go for the front end, shall we? Let's go for the side. There we go. Got quite a few more movements coming up. So check my schedule and see if I can fit them in. Getting a better view on Netley Cam now. On Saturday, we have... What do we have on Saturday? Saturday, we have 3 ships. The Norwegian Dawn at 5 o'clock, the Iona at 6 o'clock, and also MSC Virtuosa at 6 o'clock, as well as Sky Princess at 4 o'clock. So that's my mistake there. That's actually 4 ships on Saturday. That could well be live streaming on Saturday. They fit in rather well, don't they? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. So that'll be almost seamless coverage on that day. It's this time of year at the moment where we get quite busy here in the port of Southampton. You can see, well, it is quite clear this evening, but you can see the heat haze. That's one of the Isle of Wight ferries just rounding Cowshot Spit. In the very, very distance, I don't know if you can see, there's a tiny white dot on the hillside. That's the sea mark, a navigational aid from something like the 18th, 17th century. Oh, there, Chris B51 says he'll be on Sky Princess on Saturday. Well, he better give us a wave than shipmate. And oh, there, Matt W says he's coming down to port on Sunday. Will I be streaming then? I won't be running a ship's TV because I should be travelling to somewhere a bit odd. I think I'm on my way to Doncaster. Which is not somewhere I normally tend to go to. And this is something also is happening at this moment. That's just departing port is the One Tribute. I'm particularly a fan of the One ships, or the Ocean Network Express container ships, because they come in a rather fetching shade of magenta. Looks to me as though Riviera's going to have to wait for the One Tribute to pass, although it's only 10-2, so that shouldn't affect movements too much. It can cause a problem when the container ships come and go. I don't know if you can see, but it's a rather large container ship. Oh, it brightens up my day, especially in the winter when it's a grey old day and you've got a fantastic magenta container ship wafting through the port of Southampton. And that's not to everyone's taste, so I shall go back to the Princess, Regal Princess, while we wait for the Riviera to depart. Ocean Network Express have a big social media campaign saying magenta, not pink. They don't like to be called pink, it's magenta apparently. Well, there, Trevor. Hillary says, be on Sky Princess on Saturday. Watch out for yellow hats just above the bridge port side. Oh, excellent, shipmate. Yellow hats. We'll keep a lookout for those. Maybe if you wave them around a bit, that'll be helpful. And ahoy there, Fraser at Sea is currently watching in the sun in Barcelona, ahead of joining Costa Toscana on Sunday afternoon. Oh, it sounds like you're living the dream there, shipmate. Sailing from, where do you say, Barcelona to, I wonder where you're going to. I wonder if it's just an in and out of Barcelona or if it's somewhere else. Probably around the Mediterranean. I'm not sure what the weather's like in the Mediterranean. I know there has been a lot of rain, hasn't there? Flooding in Spain and Italy. Current forecast is a bit wet, actually, and not only a little bit warmer than here. Wouldn't really think that, would you? And there we go. There's the one tribute. Now you can really see the colour of the magenta hull there. Now the stern is facing into the sun rather than being in shadow. Very sharp colours. I like those. I particularly like droning them if I can. For a while they redirected. They weren't coming into port, but they've started coming back into port again just when I'm round to drone them. They always look really good when you drone them. Just the colours, and especially the colours of containers are also the similar colour if you can see. There's a few magenta ones scattered around on board. It really is windy, isn't it? Why is the wind up there? It's still gusting. Yeah, still gusting around 20 knots. The the one attribute is one of the largest container ships that we see here in the port of Southampton. Well, there, Carbon says the one tribute used to be the MOO tribute. I know, that's why I tripped up on it. Well, the Ellie Birdie says, isn't magenta a shade of pink? Don't know. Sounds a bit complicated with colours. And Spanner Bay Blue, I think he enjoys the view of the magenta container ship. Well, then Michael Thomas says, makes a change from the yellow hands of the cruise monkeys. I haven't seen the cruise monkeys for a while. I must get them on the channel. It's quite entertaining to have them on board. Shipmate Ellie says, didn't they stop coming into Southampton for a while? Yes, they were. They were diverted to Tilbury Docks. The routes changed, and I think the routes have changed back again. They're always doing something, aren't they? We're just watching Regal Princess depart. She departed just after 5. We have a magenta cruise ship in the way at the moment, and then at 6 o'clock we'll have Riviera departing. Won't see her on camera for a little while because she's at the other end of the port. Let's have a quick look, see what's going on here. Oh, there we go. Whiz back and we can have a look at the magenta 1 tribute. Yeah, can't really see very easily from this way. Oh, there's a chap out there. I think he's on a foiling surfboard. He's got a kite. Eventually, oh, there he is. Yep, there he goes. He takes up, he takes off, gets up, gets some height going. And then once he's got some height and he's foiling, he'll really pick up speed. Ahoy, the cruise monkeys are on board. Cruise monkeys. Good to see you, Chris Monkeys. I was just saying I will integrate you into the chat into the live stream at some point. I do mean to. Having a slight issue with technology at this end. Maybe I'll try another time. Well, they're John Powell, so do Evergreen ever come into Southampton? No, we don't see the Evergreens. Well, they're John Cocker says, which way is the ocean? Which the ocean is the same way the ship's going. That way. Rich Monkeys suggesting their hands are itching. They've been on the channel a few times with some massive yellow foam hands. They're the easiest shipmates to spot on a cruise ship. You can spot them from probably spot them from about this distance that we're looking at Regal Princess now. Very visible, very entertaining. If you do like some cruise ship content, give them a follow and subscribe. They do a lot more on-board activities of the cruise ship, so I'm sure you'll find them very entertaining. I think this is a skill that looks beyond me. So you've got to hold the kite to give you propulsion, and then you're on a surfboard which lifts up the water and foils. It's just some level of coordination. That is enough trouble trying to work out where to put my rum when I'm driving the boat, let alone flying a kite on a hydrofoil. An excellent spanner. Carmen's pointing out that the HMM Le Havre is scheduled to arrive this evening. Bigger than one tribute, 400 metres long, 61 metres in beam. They have the HMM Southampton, which I'm rather keen to drone, but HMM Southampton has never been into Southampton as far as I know, or if she has, I wasn't here. That's on the list of ships to drone. Well, the John Cocker, how far to the ocean? Complicated question, that, shipmate. At the moment, this is Southampton water. And then as you reach the little castle there that's on the end, the old defensive position, you'll be in Southampton water. And then Southampton water, the cruise ship will go around Bramblebank and then around the Isle of Wight. And then you're in the English Channel. And then from there, if you actually want to get to the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, I'm guessing that probably starts off Cornwall. So probably about 400 miles to the ocean. 20 miles to the English Channel. 1 mile to the Solent. Bit of a strange answer to that one, I'm afraid, shipmate, but that's the best I could do. Well, there, Robert Fleming asks, did we hear number 4 Regal Princess? No, I'm afraid we didn't, shipmate. I've got a radio issue. One of the list of things I need to solve. Well, there, Robert Fleming says that Riviera looks like she's underway. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, you are correct indeed, shipmate. Oh, a quick comment is good, so she's departing bang on time. There we go. There is Riviera at the end of the port. She's already, I imagine she's reversing, and she'll spin here in the middle swing round. And head on up. Down past 46th berth, and that's where we'll catch her. So that'll be good timing. Oh, that's very good. It's good that she's prompt with her departure. There we go. I think I've pressed the right button. Press the right button. Yes. Oh, there. Lynn says she thinks Queen Mary 2 is in tomorrow. Am I live streaming? I don't think I'm live streaming tomorrow, shipmate. And you are correct. Queen Mary 2 is departing at 5 o'clock. We also have the Seven Seas Splendor departing at 6, and Britannia departing at 6, and then Arcadia departing at 6. So quite a busy day. might see what I can do. I might see if I can arrange something for tomorrow. That's quite a lot of shipping activity, isn't it? Shipmate Silverback 118 bringing back some memories, saying he first learned of the colour magenta as a colour key on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum back in the day. It certainly was, wasn't it? Red, black, yellow, magenta, and I was thinking, what's magenta? Very old colour. But yes, that's right. Oh, what a memory that is, shipmate. You have more power in your smartphone these days. Oh, absolutely. ZX Spectrum is a woefully inadequate device compared to even a smartwatch. Even a smartwatch will completely outpower a ZX Spectrum. Shipmate Joe Cocker was asking about... let's bring up the map. Yeah, get this to work. There we go. So, there we go. So this is the Southampton water. And then this is the Solent here, where the Red Jet 7 is. That's this area from about here, this Portsmouth docks here, all the way around to here where the Needles are. And then this area is the English Channel in the middle, where all that traffic. And then further out, you're out into the Atlantic Ocean. I'm not quite sure what that is. You've got the Scilly Isles down here. I'm guessing it starts somewhere. Well, it probably starts something like, I can't remember what the distance is now, like 75 nautical miles off land is the border of the country, I think, something like that. There is a distance. So, could be something like that. 80 miles? Don't know. Yes, Riviera is on the move. I'm going to have a quick check. Oh, she has turned around completely now. Oh, no, she doesn't turn around completely. She's still spinning. Then she'll be on screen, I would think, in probably about 10 minutes or so. Possibly a little bit longer. Might be 12 minutes, but something in that region. And then I'll follow her down Southampton Water and off to the... I should be off to the galley. Nutritional needs. Boy, their lids is off on Queen Mary 2 in 3 weeks' time. Off to America and Canada. Oh, that's the most excellent trip. Is that East Coast or West Coast, shipmate? I'm assuming East Coast. Shipmate Mark G says that Riviera is currently reversing in the middle swing round. And shipmate John Walker says a line drawn between the Scilly Isles and Lizard Point. Oh, okay, that's where you're marking the Atlantic. Aha. Yeah. That's probably about right. I didn't really go that far, nautically. Yes, we're just talking about where the Atlantic and things start. I've moved the map now. I'm looking at Lizard Point. Sorry, shipmates, I've gone off browsing. Browsing the waterways and seeing what's going on out there. Riviera looks to me, almost pointing in the right direction. There we go. Lizard Point. Riviera, just heading, soon to be heading down, probably in about 10 minutes. And how do we get a camera back? Which camera should we have? Netley. Just moving the cameras to the right locations. And we got some views. There we go. Oh, they didn't. Oh, she's off on Queen Mary 2 to the state. She's in Boston for the 4th of July, going to a baseball game. Then we sail home again. 3 weeks of being spoiled rotten. Well, that sounds fantastic. Hope you enjoy your Boston in a baseball game. I assume you'll be seeing the Red Sox in Boston, if memory serves me correctly. I always found baseball, it's a bit like cricket, American version of cricket, but confused with rounders at the same time. Americans get really into it. I didn't realise that the games go on for so long. They start somewhere in, not sure exactly when, maybe March, April. And they go on, they have loads of games, something like 100 and 180, 60, some 60 games a year. Massive number. It's on all the time. If you like your baseball, there's like an endless supply of it. Riviera cruise ship, similar age to Regal Princess, but quite a bit smaller. Only 1,250 passengers and 800 crew. $66,000 gross tons and 240 meters long. He's getting the hang of it, this chap, isn't he, with his kite foiling board? Yeah, Riviera is now on the move. So I reckon it should be on camera. Slightly less than 10 minutes, I would think. And I'm pretty sure we've not seen Riviera on the channel before. Well, that shipmate Lynn says she's no clue about baseball, but it's got to do something traditional. Yeah, I agree with that, shipmate. You'll enjoy it all. It's all lots of performance. Play all sorts of strange music at different points in the game, in the match. Rounders for men. Yep, I think that's how I refer to it as. Although quietly. Didn't want to get kicked out. I've still got a few little ships. That's the Hythe Ferry, and that looks like the Alison McGregor, the white ship there with the yellow top. She is designed for taking people with limited mobility around the port of Southampton on a bit of a sightseeing tour. And you can just see now that Regal Princess is turning to starboard, heading past Cowshot Spit, Cowshot Castle, around Bramble Bank. Looks to me like the red funnel is taking a slightly different course here, I'd imagine because Regal Princess is looming large in her rearview mirror. She's going slightly closer to the shore than we would normally see. Excellent. Shipmate Mark G says I think there was a question about where Riviera's off to. Riviera's off on a 10-night Western Europe cruise via Le Havre, St. Malo, Brest, St. Nazaire, Bordeaux, Bilbao, and Dijon. Shipmate Andrew Monument, our spanner, Andrew Monument, suggests that American football is rugby with lots of padding. Pretty much is, really, shipmate. I have to agree with you there. It's a similar game. So it should be reasonable weather, I think, for them. For the Western European cruise on Riviera. Well, the Grant Waldo says, looking forward to seeing Queen Mary 2 tomorrow. Yes. Queen Mary 2 tomorrow. I shall see if I can see what I can do for tomorrow. Can't guarantee anything, unfortunately, but you never know. Oops, oh, there's a cruise ship disappearing off the side of the screen. I wasn't paying attention, was I? Nudge, 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 nudge. There we go. That's Cowshot Spitz there, and that's the activity centre, that big long building. Just waiting for Riviera. I would imagine on screen very shortly. Feel like a shadow is looming. Sometimes you can see the shadow on the water. Have I seen the shadow? Have I switched too early? I may have switched too early. Yeah, I think I've switched too early. That's Hive Marina there in the distance. Actually, having a little conversation with them about mounting a camera would give us a stupendous view facing the other way in port, which we don't really get to see much of. And there we go. And here's Riviera. It's the big giveaway. It's the big name on the side. As you can see, in terms of scale, are much, much smaller than the ships that we've just seen, especially the Regal Princess, and certainly ships like the Iona and Avia. They are monstrously beastie. Not seeing many shipmates up either. There's a few people up on deck. Not many, a few on the balconies. Can't see any waving going on there. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Come on. It's like a real problem, this camera. Chinese technical support couldn't do much for me, suggesting it was out of warranty. It's very quiet on board, isn't it? Two shipmates there, sunbathing on the stern. Oh, the cruise at Monkeys saying that'll be a bar. I hope so. Oh, cruise monkeys have some shipmates on Riviera. No, they says they've switched off their phones and gone into cruise mode. Well, that's a shame. Oh, this shipmate Elizabeth G says nice sized ship indeed. Very small, very personal, imagine. Only 1,250 passengers and 800 crew. Top speed of 20 knots or 37 kilometers an hour for you continental types. Lovely clear evening this evening. The forecast for tomorrow is similar and also for the next week. So I will definitely look to broadcast more movements, shipmates. Now make sure you have subscribed and you hit that notification bell, otherwise you won't know what's going on. And you can see here the just going to disappear behind the dock head. Off on a Western European cruise. For 10 nights in visiting Le Havre, Marlow, Brest, Saint-Nazaire, Bordeaux and Bilbao, Gijón. Well, there's some rowers out there. Look at that, very brave old souls. Well, the weather must be really good because the water will be flat enough for rowers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that one, shipmates. I'd like to thank all of the spanners in the chat for not only the live streams, but the rest of the time, filling me with all the information that I never seem to remember or know where it is. Thanks to all the PayPal donators and Patreons, and of course, thank you to all subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. And I shall see you very shortly, shipmates. Until next time.